don't you use disposable plates too? I can see putting under a cheese belt with a disposable plate, flame. Not gonna work.
That's the coronavirus update. As you can see, 1,404 positive cases, 855 recovered, with 59 total deaths in the state. Cumulative percentage of positive test results is still under 3, what the governor wanted, 2.09%.
It's getting lower.
Yeah.
It's 2.1 something before.
We've tested
Hey, Jimmy,
67,000
mute
residents.
button. It's on mute.
Say that again.
Hit the
that
mute
white
button.
button.
I'll get it. I'll get it. So good numbers for Wood County. We're showing total cases of around 44 with a significant number recovered. Marion County Commission is going to 9 regional voting centers. And the unique thing that they decided yesterday was that they would have it based on precincts. So that's a change in what we're doing. You can go to any of our regional voting centers and vote, regardless of what precinct you're in. But they broke it down by precinct. So
Do they have the older voting machines?
I don't know.
You almost would have to have that if you were going to do that, would you?
They're gonna, I don't
Because
know.
they had those PEVs, you could load any precinct in the old machine.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're doing it that way. The county plans to have poll workers at regular polling places to ensure that they go to the other
Just to
places.
repeat what you just said. Anybody can live anywhere in Wood County and go to a voting place and you tell them where you live and they'll plug
Right.
you in.
So he says he's doing an electronic poll book, and that way you can't go to all 5 of them and vote. So if you vote early vote or absentee vote and your name is checked off, if you show up at a polling place, they'll know and challenge your ballot. So when we've gone through the ballot challenge process, we've found where mom and the daughter have the same name. And so we mark off the wrong one. Sons, you know, we marked off Dave Couch, but Dave Couch hadn't voted. You know, David A, David B. So that happens. We will have a lot of people, you know, just like our normal canvassing of the ballot. We'll have people that aren't registered. We'll have people that haven't voted in the last 5 elections. But the worst case scenario is that we mailed people absentee ballot requests even if they were off the rolls. So that gives them a chance to register to vote. And I'm sure Mark's office is inundated because...
And they can register until what date?
what was the date? Mark, you on this?
I am. The date will be, I'm sorry, the 19th. Next week is the date to either register and or change your party affiliation. We've got 170 overnight online registrations that we need to, one, either verify that if they are registered, update their registration of that nature. We got those last night.
Question for you on party registration. Have you had many changes, change parties?
We have had several changes. What we've also had a whole lot of is somebody registered in the 1980s as a one-party affiliation, and their views may have changed over the years, but their party affiliation never changed. So, and they normally don't vote in the primary. So they just usually vote in the general. So when they've marked their absentee ballot application, they come in here, we look at it and go, you're registered this, and we have to call them and, you know, say if they will submit us a party change before we process the absentee ballot, or tell them that that's the ones they have to get because that's how they're registered.
So if they're registered no party, they would get a ballot for the city of Vienna, right? A nonpartisan election? Or city of
I'm
Williamstown?
sorry, I didn't catch the first part of your question.
I was asking whether if they're registered as no party, there's certain races that are no party. City of
Correct.
Vienna.
All the judicial and 11 and Board of Education are no party.
So they would get a very short ballot.
Correct, unless they specify which one that they want.
Okay.
We have done our best, and 2 weeks ago when we really got overran with them, we kind of had to quit, but we're trying to call people if they don't make a choice, just so that we can avoid confusion down the road.
Okay. Any movement on additional precincts?
No, sir. We sent out to all of the poll workers that had originally said that they would work. We sent the letters out to them, and they're due back tomorrow. We actually got a bunch of them in the mail today, but Diana's not had time to go through and get to see how many said that yes, they could work. So we're still looking at that. The additional precincts are going to kind of depend upon additional manpower. We've got a list of alternates that have said they would work after we had sent out the poll worker letters and everything. So we'll start going through those either tomorrow afternoon or Saturday.
WVUP was a precinct last time, but the WCE building, I don't know what the WVUP WCE building is.
It's the building across from the main campus. It's at their on 40, right off of 47. It's
That's their
education and service building.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
We used that after the community building, the Davidsville Community Building closed.
Have you talked to President Gilmer with WVUP?
No, I spoke to Brady, Vice President. Dr. Gilmore was out of town, and he got my email, and he was just asking to call me to speak with me. I have not spoken with him yet.
Okay, talking to some people, we need to make sure as it pours down the rain here that we have plenty of parking, that we have enter the polling place and exit the polling place, so it's a different entrance and exit, and restrooms, handicap accessible. And that, when we started talking at the house about PHS Field House, that's not really that handicap accessible unless they park a mile away and walk all the way around. But Parkersburg South High School is handicap accessible. But Marion County just announced they would have 9 satellite locations. And it was based on their poll workers, which is what you're doing as well. And I think that's wise.
And Harrison County is going to 7, and they're roughly the same size we are, as far as registered voters and normal precincts.
If we can get up to 7, that would be good. We have 5 right now. So I was looking at the percentages of absentee requests, and your largest precinct is Greenmont with 26% requested, and one of the smaller ones was Good Shepherd Church with less than 7%.
And that's about a typical turnout. And also, when I kind of looked at some of the precinct breakdowns, the requests that we're getting for absentees kind of reflects the normal turnout. As far as how many people are registered, how many people are requested, compared to how many people are registered, how many people voted in previous elections. So like you said, our averages are there, but it's about the typical request for turnout.
Yeah, request equals turnout.
Yes.
But Marion County also said if poll workers allowed, they would station people at the regular precincts to help direct traffic to the to the voting center. So if we do have excess poll workers, that would be one way to station them. I know Marty said he would personally go sit at the Williamstown City Building all day.
Well, he can probably sit there and just first turn to people.
Well, Bob Teeby was going to do
I
one
volunteered.
too. Me, on the other hand, we're excited for this election, though.
Mark, did I detect in your voice that the building across from the WVUP is too small for this situation?
I'll be honest with you, we were thinking that down the road we may have to move it anyway because we started using it in the 16 election, and when I went out and looked at it, I thought it was really nice, but which of course 16 was a bad election cycle, as we all know, the primary. But by the time that people started flowing through there, having the 2 precincts in there, it was crowded. And we got some complaints about parking already. So honestly, we were looking at maybe moving it across the street to the church. And while we're on the subject of churches, we started calling the precinct locations the other day to tell them that we would not be using them. We got a lot of thank yous. They didn't want to tell us no, but they're not having church services. They're not allowing other people in, and they didn't feel right about allowing us in.
I've told you before, and I'll continue to say it, I don't want to see the pictures of people winding around buildings out. Hopefully June 9th is a great day and it's all bright and sunny. Birthday.
My birthday.
6 foot spacing is gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard
Make
to
a
mark.
long line.
People are hearing
I
about
don't want to long lines either, but I also don't want to open up the precinct with 2 poll workers.
Well, I get it, Mark. We really
And then
do.
again, we're going to have long lines with that.
We really get it. We understand that the poll worker question is the big question. And you believe you'll have some clarity on it Monday or Thursday of next week?
Yes, sir, because as I said, we got several letters back today from the poll workers, and they're due back tomorrow. So we'll probably start tomorrow afternoon scheduling the different training classes and where everybody can work, following up with them Friday and Saturday.
And then Monday we'll have the cattle call, the people that are on your alternate list.
Probably Saturday.
I know I've talked to my sons and said their friends that are 18 and over that are registered to vote, this is a great opportunity for them to make some money when a lot of jobs aren't out there.
Sure, and I've gotten a couple of emails from children of current poll workers that are not working right now that they would like to work also. So,
Be sure and tell them on that they can apply for unemployment after they work the polls.
correct. They do not collect unemployment from the county.
All right, Mark, we know you got a lot of work there. I don't see my agenda.
Don't mind.
We were talking about COVID. With us today is the sheriff. Anything else about the COVID, Marty?
Just, we had a meeting yesterday with the circuit court judges and a lot of other government people from our different offices. Today we're gonna, or tomorrow we'll put up signs on the doors as the limits the rooms and how many people are allowed in. I know the sheriff's instituting some policies down there at the Justice Center at the Shaver Annex, but one of the things I think we want to keep in mind is I know this room's going to be tied up through election day, but we want to not make reservations in here because this potentially could be a courtroom because they're going to have jury trials that they're allowed to move to a room that would facilitate those rooms.
Yeah, I'd say we don't book this room until the fall.
I have not opened up any reservations for anything, and I saw an article in the paper that Parkersburg's pretty much doing the same thing. I mean, until the governor gives the go-ahead.
On Monday, Mountwood will meet as a board out at the Carson Station. But the discussion really centers around how our campground opens, how our trails open, how reservations for shelters open. And I'm going to tell them we're not booking shelters. And the campground, was out there yesterday, and the discussion was we have a lot of Ohio residents. And West Virginia State Park campgrounds are only allowing West Virginia residents. And
I mean, you gotta ask the question, like, if we would open up Veterans Park, you can't open that playground right now. If you do, you've gotta have something in place to disinfect that thing, what, after every kid plays? I don't know.
we put a yellow caution tape around all of our playgrounds at Mountwood. And they're just trying to.
But Monday, the intent is our buildings will open up, but they will have limits as far as how many people are allowed in each one. Proceeding with caution.
Weather alert.
No, my blood sugar's high.
All right, get a shot.
Already did.
All right. What else? Anything COVID related we need to cover? The state's asking for dollar amounts. The County Commission Association is trying to compile loss of revenue. We figure concealed carry is down, or maybe not.
No, it's fantastic.
We know gaming revenue is off, lottery. We know hotel motel tax is really hit. Coal severance, we get that quarterly, right?
I don't know how it comes in, but it's definitely gonna be down.
So those are the three main.
Well, yes, coal severance, we do get quarterly, and we still have not received the, third quarter payment yet. So we've only got two quarters so far this year.
You're talking fiscal, Mark, or calendar?
It's fiscal. We should have received one in March, and we have not got it yet.
We know that a segment of our representatives in Washington, D.C. think that Governor Justice should give local governmental entities a portion of the $1.2 billion he got, and he is holding that close to his vest. So as far as a payment to Wood County or the city of Parkersburg or Wood County Rec or Mid-Ohio Valley Health Department or Mountwood Park, all these sub-organizations that are thinking perhaps they may get a bailout, it's better to plan accordingly. The CVB has put all their staff on low wages to allow them to apply for unemployment. So 10 hours a week versus 40, they're gonna get unemployment for the 30. But with no revenue coming in, there's not much else we can do. There is the sheer potential of doing it and closing it and then reopening once we reopen. I can't give anybody an assurance that that's gonna happen. Will hotel motel tax ever be half of what it was? I mean, if I'm a hotelier, I'm sitting on the sideline wondering if I'm gonna reopen. Log cabins hosting homeless. So.
I know a particular restaurant, no names, that will not open until this is over, so their entire staff will be able to get unemployment until that time.
No, people, I had a lady call me that wants to reserve two 15-seaters for July 4th. They're all gonna go to the beach. And I said, that's awesome. I hope you get to do it. But you gotta cancel 2 weeks in advance. So, and then she pushed me a little bit and I said, look, honey, I'm not sure if I'll be open next Friday. You know, if I can't make payroll, I'm not gonna be in business. And the scary part of county government is we continue to maintain. Tax collections come in. People still want, I bumped into some people out front yesterday who wanted to renew their concealed carry. Told them to go through the drive-through. Renewal is going to be okay. I had an email from somebody getting his concealed carry initial permit today out at the Wilds. I said, you'll have to wait until they can get a picture of it when they open back up.
Well, just for future reference, of course, Monday's really close, but we still are meeting people, letting bring them in if they schedule an appointment to get that done on a initial CCW.
What Sheriff Stevens said, if somebody contacts their office, they will make an appointment to bring them in to do the concealed carry. That's great.
For the next 2 days. And then,
And I don't know, Sheriff, do you have any plans to monitor this building as far as people coming in, or?
yes, I've talked with, maintenance. We've got a table we're gonna put out front at the main entrance. Of course, this door will remain locked.
Right.
And we'll have one way to get in and out, and, we will have somebody there working security. This building, there's only 7 people that are allowed in it, based on the footage.
On this side?
Yeah, on this side, that doesn't count family law. On the family law side, there's only 4 people allowed over there, so they're really gonna have to scramble their schedule and get things done. The circuit court building, 34 people there, and magistrate court, we have 12, which will really be an exciting challenge, to try to get that done. But yeah, we've got it in place, Maury, to answer your question, to get somebody up here and screen.
Because I just knew that this building has potential of having people wanting it, a lot of people wanting it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I think we were way ahead of the game by having the drive-through. It alleviated a lot of the problems. I mean, we had some exceptional tax days just through the drive-through the last couple of weeks. So, one thing that I wanted to bring up, Blair, concerning the COVID stuff, is that the chief and I met with magistrate court officials today, and Judge Bean and Judge Wharton, and they have a directive from the Supreme Court that any persons that enter any of the courtroom areas, magistrate court, family court, and circuit court, are mandated they have to wear a mask. Yesterday we were under the impression that it was kind of leeway, but no, we were told that they have to have a mask to come in.
Face covering.
Correct.
Okay.
And that will be, according to the circuit judges, they're going to do a press release and try to get that out there ahead of time so people will be prepared.
But the Supreme Court is not supplying us with masks.
That is correct.
So this is incumbent upon the person coming to have a face covering.
Yes, sir.
And I bet you'll see people outside cutting t-shirts up to get them on. It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard. And the hardest part, I still believe, maybe because of my hearing, it's very difficult. I can't even understand what he's saying. Sheriff, the words don't come out right.
Jimmy's a lip reader.
Maybe I do live.
You don't have to touch it. But we have this, and then we have a sticker up on the side.
Universal, I know that.
No, it is recommended that you wear a face covering, not for yourself, but for those around you. My mom had to come to the office to get a face covering because she's getting her hair cut, but she doesn't believe wearing a face covering, and she started going down those talking points about, well, when you wear a face covering, you breathe in too much CO2, and you touch your face more if you have a face. I was like, Mom, seriously, go to the CDC website or the health department website if you want to see about what a face mask means. It means you don't spread it. And I do not think a face mask helps you not get it. It helps you from giving. So think of the others. We have the implementing safety practices for infrastructure through the CDC, suspected or confirmed case. We've had to initiate this at a rural hospital because the majority of people that work there have been exposed, unbeknownst to them, to someone that was COVID positive. So rather than saying the hospital has to close or send 75 people home, this is out there that shows you how to operate if you're not showing symptoms, but you've been exposed. And that's how it works. But the question is critical infrastructure workers. So when one of the local law enforcement, not the sheriff, contacted me about this and the health department, this was the guidelines we sent back. And for those out there, the health department is not writing rules. They aren't. They're abiding by the CDC and the governor's orders. And the governor orders the state health department, and then we follow the rules. So I know opening of restaurants, it says paper plates are encouraged, one-time use menus are encouraged, but it doesn't mandate. I had a phone call about tanning beds. So the governor addressed that yesterday. I don't know what the determination was. But that was the one chance we had to close them. And we missed it. Vehicles. Anything else on COVID? Vehicles.
I'll pull it down, Jimmy, so you can hear me.
Oh, no, you can talk to that.
That's okay.
I mean, you're right here.
Well, I should too. But anyway, I don't know what the big problem was this year, but it took us a complete year to get our cars to come in. Ford had shut the factories down, and as you know, I think the president asked them to make other equipment and that type thing. So we are wanting to go ahead and get cruisers ordered again for this upcoming time. And as you know, we get the money from the coal severance. From speaking with Mark Rhodes, he says that the money is currently there this year to go ahead and proceed with that. So we would just like to get the bids out there and do something as soon as we can, because we don't know how long it takes to get them in.
How many cars are you going to order?
Right now, based on the money that we used last year, 5 cars with new equipment is what we get out of it.
Take a motion.
You need a motion for that effect, Mr. Super?
I don't think so.
We'll just making us aware, and we'll go ahead and move forward.
Yeah, we just want to go ahead and get your approval, because we'll have to put the bid out for the cars, and then we'll have to put the bid out for the financing.
I got a lot of, in the county email, they were talking about things, and I didn't want to weigh in. But I can go on a website and see a car. I could talk to my dealer and say, have they made a VIN number for my car yet? So there's a production date, there's a buck date when it gets put on the line, there's another date when it's on the yard, and a ship date. There's 4 dates. But when they assign the VIN number, you're into date number 2. So you can see the anticipated delivery of the vehicle. And I thought, for all those people that are out there, if you ever get in the bind where you're waiting a long time, ask them if they have a VIN number yet. And ask them what date they see production. But they should
I
do.
can tell you, last year, we had a VIN number in August, and a projected delivery date, late October, mid-November, which got pushed back to December, then January. Then they finally got delivered about March 12th.
That's amazing.
The one
We're lucky we got them when they did.
The one good thing about it is that we got a price cut, I think it was $750 per unit,
Yes.
because of how long it took us. That came from Ford. So, you know, they realized that it was messed up, and so we did get a little bit of a rebate back on that, which was good.
Is that $750 per car?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Consider hiring Kevin Day as an intern for cross office.
Yes, we have Kevin Day. He was actually a Parkersburg police officer, detective, went to law school. He will be entering his 3rd year of law school. It's just an internship that he needs to be able to qualify to graduate. There's no salary or anything. He just has to amass 200 hours, and it's not a good time to do it, but he needs it so that he can graduate. So I just wanted to bring it before you. I ran criminal history and everything, obviously. You know, He's still currently a Ritchie County deputy, and going to law school also. So he's pretty busy, but I'm just asking if he'd be allowed to come in.
Motion.
Yeah.
Make a motion.
Second motion.
We're glad to have him. Make it unanimous.
Thank you.
There's a Calhoun County Commissioner that's going to law school. That's a long commute. WVU.
Commissioners, I got another meeting I need to get over to. Thank you.
I have a report on rec commission. We have time sometime.
Yeah, Mr. Colombo, you met with the Wood County Rec?
Yeah, we had a meeting yesterday with the Wood County Rec. I'd like to compliment Sean Andrews on the job he's doing. The rec commission is without without staff at this time. There's no programs they can run because most of the facilities they're using are closed, schools and whatever it is. They're hoping that something might happen in the fall. They're looking for maybe to advertise down the road here for a director. They have, I believe, something like $8,000 in the bank right now. And they were concerned if we were still on their budget, and Blair said that they are still on our, they were on our list to receive money this year. I just want to compliment Sean and everybody, just three other people there that after the other people were laid off or dismissed, there was a lot of work to put everything back together so they knew exactly where they stood and make sure that all the bills were paid. And as far as I can figure from what I've seen, all the bills are now paid, so that's a good thing. So that's all.
We know it's been a hard slog for a lot of people, and Wood County Rec has a dedicated board,
It is.
and they really want to see it take off.
Good people.
A guy told me that at one time they had over 20 employees when they first formed, and they offered a lot of programs. And it seems like through years of difficulty, they've not been successful. So hopefully a new director and a new vision will make Wood County Rec bring it back to what it used to be. But,
Blair, I think it'd be appropriate that we would thank the National Guard for their flyby yesterday.
yeah, that was cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah, my wife called me and said, "What the hell's going on?" I said, "It's your flyby." Oh, sounds like another flyby.
And
But
the sheriff's office also did a drive-by for the Worthington nursing home. That was nice, Sheriff.
We actually did it 2 days. They brought half the people out one day, and then we went back the second day, and it was pretty cool to see those people. They were really excited to get outside. It was beautiful weather.
an exciting time. Announce a vacancy on the Wood County Fire Board. That's the one that handles the fire fee, and it's Lloyd Smith. And he was appointed by the Fire Association. So we'll announce the vacancy and notify the Fire Association to provide a replacement. They rotated amongst the volunteer fire departments who serves on that board. So Lloyd Smith, big tall guy, right? Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah.
I'll announce the vacancy to the Wood County Fire Service Board. Make that in the form of a motion. Anything from the administrator today?
Nope, I think it's our crane making all that noise in there, so I'm gonna go get a picture here.
So where are we at? They put scaffolding on the interior of the bell tower?
They have, the old stairway is gone. It's been completely disassembled and moved out, and they're putting the steel through the small windows on the bell tower today to build the new ladders, and they said that should be done pretty quick.
We're gonna take one.
Yeah, there's a picture.
That's inside.
Yeah, that's what it looks like inside right now. I'll send you real quick here. How quick this will send, but I had to put one this morning. But I'd like to get over and get one of them. Put
For
the
the
steel.
public, do we have a picture of what the tower's gonna look like after it's completed?
Yeah, it was taken in 1899. It's gonna be
Oh, cool.
I just sent you where I don't know. For some reason, it takes forever to get to.
Well, we're all rolling on Wi-Fi. So would those be the old stairs on the right?
Yeah, those are gone now, but yeah, those were there the other day. Yes,
But they cut those out,
those are gone.
and so now they're using ladders to go to scaffolding. So they've put scaffolding inside, platforms inside.
Yep. So they're bringing the steel in today, right about at the level where you see that flooring, which is about where the crossover used to be to the to go up to the hatch out the bell tower.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's this morning. They're just getting ready. They're gonna. You see right above him where the window is in the middle. That's where they're shoving the
Those
steel
slots?
through. Those windows are only this wide. Ridiculously small.
I wonder what the purpose of those windows was, you know, Marty?
I think just like light in the town. I don't think-
Ventilation, right?
Yeah.
I figure it was wind so that you wouldn't. Maybe.
I don't know. The bell tower actually is not part of the building. It actually sits on two beams all by itself, which is interesting in itself. It's a standalone bell tower.
So when we tear the courthouse down in a few years, we'll leave the bell tower.
Yeah, you can study it.
Please don't.
That actually was one of the one of the proposals back in the day, seriously.
Oh, wow.
When they were gonna tear down the courthouse, we were just gonna leave that and people could go up and look out over the city.
We are always going to have the old courthouse, and we have invested far too much money in the last 10 years to do this. We keep it up, we keep improving it, and that's how you keep up an old building. It's always a challenge.
We believe when the roof goes back on that it will be the tallest courthouse in the state of West Virginia.
Well, I'm counting on a measurement.
Well,
We,
they've done measurements and they're pretty sure it's the tallest.
we are very fortunate that we have this building.
Yeah, it was Bob Teavee. I mean, we have the drive-through because of way back in the day. They decided to do this. Can you imagine if we didn't have this building?
Boy, it'd be tough. Put the tents out there on the street.
It would be real tough.
Just like
This
San
building is
Francisco.
pretty critical. And the new Justice Center, that's a great building.
It's beautiful.
We'll eventually have to look at Circuit Court. Marty, you think that's down the road?
That building, yeah, I'm sure it has a shelf life. I mean, it's the way it's constructed and stuff, you can't do a whole lot of renovation to it.
We did roofing on it, we've done HVAC on it, we resealed the windows.
The biggest problem is it's a pressurized building. When you're in the walkways or the stairwells, you can hear it sounds like the wind whistling, but it's because it's a pressurized building. That's why the wind doesn't leak on us.
Yeah, when you go to open the door, it sucks you in.
Oh, yeah, it's got a lot of problems. It's a strange building.
Anything else for the good of the order? Mountwood meeting Monday. I had some sort of question I was supposed to ask. I'll figure it out.
You're concerned with the people waiting out in the weather. I have the same concern. I think we need a standby of some sort with the McGuffey's tent people or something if we need to put
Yeah.
some tents up.
The question gets to be when they return from the end of the night. So we're going to deliver everything to the polling places the night before. And some of them, since they're early vote, they'll already be there. So, but when the poll workers return to the courthouse with all their work, if they're going to pull up, so we may still need a tent.
I think like this building, Bob, you could probably run them down the hallway and through the
Stretch.
you'd be surprised how many people you could fit clear to the back door there by the end. If you went out this door and down the hall.
Put maybe, we have those stanchions. Mark?
Some of the equipment is going to be left at the locations overnight, after we close down. I'm not expecting the poll workers to try to return 25 express votes and 2 of the scanners, just basically the ballots, all the memory sticks and things of that nature, so that maintenance, you go pick those up the next day. We're actually making this up, talked to one of them this morning about maybe going to that evening. I haven't sat down with Todd yet. But I want to have them pick that up also, because I'm not expecting the poll workers to try to deliver that much equipment back here.
Mark, do you have any concern about the security of the equipment that when you leave it there overnight?
Not really, because the ballot itself, the paper ballot is the actual
Right.
official vote, and we're having that delivered back here every night to be locked up. So, I mean, basically what's going to be sitting there is the equipment. There will be no ballot stock, not even the blank ballot stock will be left there overnight. It's coming back here, it will be taken the next morning and in the afternoon. So that is our call.
Hey, you've talked about Harrison County, and they're going to do 7 precincts. Are they breaking that down by precinct A through X votes here and 1 through 7 votes here? Or are they doing it like we're going to do it? You can vote anywhere.
But I talked to Susan the last time. She was, actually it was one of those, we talked about it to begin with. I think we kind of spread out with other people. She is looking at going by magisterial district. And having just certain precincts go to a certain location. And the way I'm doing it, I think it should cut down on our provisional ballot. So we'll be able to make sure that, you know, if you live in Lubeck or if you live in Belleville and you walk into the community building, they can make sure that you can vote in the correct precinct, just like we do at early voting.
I think ours would be more customer friendly.
I think it's more accommodating, and it'll cause us further confusion, because if we switch it for election day, we're switching what we already do during early voting to a different setup.
Does Harrison,
It's the same as what early voting is.
does Harrison County have the same equipment that we do?
Yes, sir, they do.
What about Marion County?
I think Marion County is, I don't remember if they're still in the IVO or if they were switched this last election stage. I don't honestly remember.
That's no problem. So on Monday, we'll have the more robust discussion about additional polling places.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll learn more about the poll worker status and everything.
And you'll have more figures
That on
on
the
who will be and who won't, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Oh,
And also, I'll try to update over the weekend the spreadsheet that I gave you the other day as far as the voter requests and returns.
Very good, thank you.
Chris, you all set to move us over? Good. Well, once again, we're gonna move out of this room and go back to the courthouse, to the commission chambers to conduct Monday's meeting. I don't have anything else for you. Nothing?
Nothing.
Paul?
Let's,
Jimmy?
let's have a report from Pam Bruce on that.
She'll be back to work Monday, we can just call her over.
Bring her in for a
Sure.
report Monday.
Sure.
Yeah, we're leaving the state for census work by county. And it really goes to show Pam and her committee have,
And we need to re-emphasize to the public how important it is to get their information back.
I want to be the
Census.
second largest county in the state.
See where some of the counties only had 4.7%. Did
Yeah.
I read that this morning?
Bad year.
Not good.
Governor's talking about it every day.
You hate that?
Every day he loses more viewers on his press conference because he doesn't start on time. And people have come to find that the press conferences don't really release a ton of information. But it's the governor, you gotta watch, or at least I try to.
Not only does he not start on time, it's not the same time every day.
Yeah,
Yesterday was supposed to be at 10 o'clock, it ended up being at noon.
what's today's?
1.
Ish.
If he'd stick to that, that'd be fantastic, but
Well, you start looking for it. you
he's
can't
the
find
governor and I'm not.
You know, Todd, you make a good point there, because I know when we were at Carry Out, we tried lunch in different times, but then we just stuck with 3 to 7 every day. We've had great turnouts between those two times because we're consistently there at that time. You know, so you're right. People know when somebody's going to be there. It's much better for viewing and for eating too. So,
Yeah, we tried 8 to 5 Monday and Friday, and then like 10 to 2 through the week. And we just went to 8 to noon, 6 days a week. And but I'm in the boat of, I don't have enough business to make payroll, so I got to cut everybody's salary down in order to be able to make payroll. And oh, I got a phone call about the Wood County Airport. We are scheduled paving in June. Some private pilots have just figured out that means the airport will be closed. And they're hot-fired mad about it because we have 2 runways. A long one, the main runway, and a short crosswind runway. But we can't operate them at the same time. When they start paving, they're going to be just like a road in front of your house. They're going to grind it
runways
down.
would cross the other runway. I think.
Yeah.
And I can tell you who the complainers were.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. But as I told them, look, this is an $8 million paving project. FAA has to approve our safety plan. And if you want to try to keep the crosswind runway open, that adds a whole layer of expense and another 2 weeks to the project. So it's supposed to be a 20-day project. Get it ground out, pave it up.
I have a question, will the tower be closed?
I figure.
Do you think it would be?
Oh yeah, it'll be closed when we're closed.
That tower operates for other areas too.
No, not our tower. It may do Jackson County. I'm not familiar with the tower operations enough to say,
I'll find out Tuesday.
but I do know that my rental car operation will be impacted by it. So when a private pilot contacts me and says, Glenn Kelly's an obstructionist, he should work hard to keep the crosswind open. And I say, honestly, Glenn Kelly would love to keep it open. You gotta be kidding me. I'd love to keep it open. Fuel sales. I mean, that alone is important. So that's my update on the airport. But excited we're gonna put $8 million into our airport and put people to work in the paving industry, and I mean, that's great.
I don't think it'll be closed for helicopters.
No, yeah, fixed wing aircraft only. So time to go buy a helicopter. Anything else? Adjourn for signage.
Move to adjourn.